What a day.
What
God.
a day. Riding
I'm
fast.
it's not often that I'm late, but I had to take time and eat this one skillet meal my wife made for me.
Don't
Absolutely
blame you.
delicious.
It's a busy morning.
God
Drew.
bless that woman. Isaac, you were late today.
Late as fuck. Thank you very much.
First of all,
Yes, I was.
children these days. Unbelievable.
Yes, that's right. That's what happens when you drink caffeine at 9 o'clock at night and go to the gym.
You know, you got to start waking up early with me. And I'm just, I put out in the Discord the moment I went in on my Bitcoin long this morning. I printed.
Right.
I printed this morning. It shook me out recently. It just shook me out at like 60. Was it 67.4 or something like that? It was 67.420. I set my stop loss well within profit. Still gained 16% on the trade. Doing well. Feeling good about the markets at large. Really today, I know everyone's like, oh my God, it's politics, but I'm going to be giving you guys my true intro. And I've talked to TJ. I just got done talking to TJ. That's actually why I was a little bit late. About what I really feel like is coming to Bitcoin's price action on November 5th, November 6th. Okay, we are right around the corner. We got 11 days till the election. And for anyone that wasn't around for the last cycle, I remember some pretty key social metrics on top of what we see on the charts that are playing into my overall Bitcoin thesis for November 5th, November 6th. Shout out to everyone that's joining us on the basement. Then we got Sack Nasty, Man Manuro, ooh, Piece of Candy, Willisford, Bobcat Meme. Bobcat didn't die.
Bobcat
Isaac,
did not die.
Didn't die.
I know. I didn't die. That's what my post was yesterday. It was just a troll.
Dude.
My hair is fucked. My bag's also fucked. When will you moon? And we're back up, baby.
Yeah, and Willisford, yes, TJ's going to win. It's just, it takes time. Doing the right thing and handing over a bunch of paperwork and having courts sift through things, it takes time to win, but yes, he's going to win. Matthew King, Jeff Neeb, what is this? Ready to hit hot fire. Bailey S. Bad Fox, what up? Nicole Minister, good to see you. Fade and Tradfi, Lord Kadizi, Dramola, Sufficient Enough, and Alden. Thanks for joining me, for your patience on today. I really needed to feed the beast here. It was hot and heavy. I had to run the morning stream for Discover Crypto with DZ, and his bald head, very shiny. His bald head, very shiny. I am not bald. I am not shiny yet. Or, but I mean, I might get there. I might be bald someday. I kind of doubt it. My dad, he's like a silverback gorilla. He keeps turning more gray, more silver hair, but his hair, let's see here.
Oh,
you like that?
Yeah.
You like the reveal?
I love the reveal.
So we got some fun on the charts. Now, you know what? Yesterday we had the dudes from Kulo on. They're going to be airdropping $100 worth of Kulo
to 5 people.
Is it 5 people?
To 5 people. If you join their Telegram
and it's funny,
say
Isaac
sucks.
Paid for that. Yeah, you have to say Isaac sucks.
You have to say Isaac sucks in their Telegram. Yeah. Otherwise, you're not qualified.
Yep. And then you're qualified. One of 5 people. 5 people are getting $100 worth of a brand new token, a meme coin with an ass for a face. That may go to the moon, may go to zero. I told him that in person. Also had a lot of people in the chat. How much did they pay you? They didn't pay me anything to come on the show. It's just, I like meme coin creators that are docs that are out there willing to put their ass on the line. They're cool dudes. Moon Daddy fought, what was it? What's his name?
Don't know.
God, he's huge. The Mountain of Crypto.
Oh,
Jason Appleton, Crypto Crow. That's
Crypto
it. He's
Crow.
like, the dude's like 7.5 feet tall.
No, it's insane.
And Moon Daddy went in there and fought him. So, refused to say AA sucks. Whoa,
we're bullish. This is bull flag top.
He's willing to sacrifice $100 to protect your legacy, Isaac.
Yes, but if it makes you feel better, Zachary, they're one of their devs. One of the devs' names is Isaac. So
yes, one of the devs is Isaac.
So you could shit on him instead.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm not going to be talking about the Dramola until he agrees to fight me. Until Ben's willing to fight, I'm not going to waste any more time talking about it. I don't speak much. I don't like to yap because I've seen some assholes that run their mouths and then they get their jaws broken. I'm not much of a yapper when it comes to that. So now here we are. Let's check out the charts, see where we're at. I'm leaving this fib. The fib stays. Let's see here. Why is this thing acting a little laggy today? So we're going to go to the daily. Here's why the fib is staying here. This is the top, the local channel that we've been stuck in. Purgatory zone, $73,641, down to $48,863. Now, we're playing around here right at this thick little volume node. I did catch the 60, it was like 67.8 long this morning. I was looking at the 4-hour. Get this thing out of my way. What is this hell? Where's the MACD? Unbelievable. Is Johnny deleting things?
He's deleting your indicators. He's
Unbelievable. So I caught the little MACD upswing getting out, showing a couple green sticks here. And the RSI was well cooked down to the downside. Now, one thing I did notice, if you are trading with me, first of all, click the link in the description. Use code BASEMENT, capital letters.
Capital basement.
Support the basement, for God's sakes. What I'm noticing here is like Wall Street will have a good day with Bitcoin, and then Asia just comes to beat our ass overnight. And then they reset the chart with some scam wick at like 4 o'clock in the morning.
And then we catch it. And we go. Boom.
That's when we catch it. And that's why you got to wake up early, Isaac.
That's right.
You got to wake up early to catch them.
No more taking energy drinks and going to the gym at 9 o'clock.
Enough of this bullshit. You need, don't give up on your dreams. Stay asleep. That's what I say. And I always troll people that do that. And, that's going to be part of the life hack build out that I am doing, going from tuned out to tuned in, is not only raw dogging life, but waking up as early as possible. You know what I mean? And me, I'm like kind of stuck in this zone because of the babies. I don't want to get the babies out of bed before 6 o'clock. That feels a little rude for me to be, not only shaking a baby is wrong. Okay. But if I am turning the lights on in their room before 6 o'clock, I've done it to them before. They look at me like, Dad, you are a really big asshole. I just really dislike you. So I don't want to do that to them. So, but I myself liking waking up early, catching the trades early. Make sure, if you're not in the Discord, I do drop the updates the moment I took the trades. Hobus taking tons of trades. Hobus has been crushing it trading SWE. But right now, honestly, we're not looking too bad at all, folks. We are running into this essentially right under this fib level. This fib level ends at $68,390, it looks like. Zoom in a little bit on this. We're playing around on the 4-hour charts. So this fib, 68,400 is where it exactly comes in. Check out the liquidity. Let's see here. Where do I sign in? No one will know anything about the basement. No one knows. I like that. Let's go to switch to old version. Let's just check. We check the MACD. We check the RSI. Now we're going to check where the liquidity map lives. Because who knows? I might be popping into another trade. A lot of people were concerned about me yesterday because they saw me just hammer into a 20x leverage position on a $1,000 trade. And they're like, wait a minute, what did I just see? You're damn right. You just saw chaos. That is me, baby. 68,050 showing some liquidity. And also a little bit of line at 66.5. So I wouldn't say this is like a sure bet that this 68,000 is going to get grabbed. I am indeed going to wait for the RSI to reset back to the downside on the 15, the 5-minute, and the 4-hour before I decide to hammer in. But who knows? Maybe we get it. Quite a volume node that is sitting here bouncing off of right there at 67.3. And man, that was a fun trade. I had a lot of fun trading this thing. I think it was like right here. I got it at 60. It was like 65.8 or something like that. It was a juicy move, but felt good. Now, the rest of the stories, we got a lot of stuff to talk about here. And I am going to be talking about what I think of the election and what that price action is going to look like for us in our bags. I know that, yes, we got the election going. A lot of people are tired about it, but I really feel like the election result is going to have a big effect on our bags. And bears are trapped, much like this one. This lady found a fucking bear. Look at this. A bear trapped in the vehicle. Incredible. Absolutely love this. And now, let me know in the chat, would you have the balls to open that door and let that bear roam free? Or you'd have to potentially even reach your arm inside of the vehicle to get that bear out. Would you be willing to do this, Isaac, if you saw that in your front yard?
Possibly. I mean,
possibly
more fun.
He looks cuddly. He looks like he cares. He's a Care Bear.
He's a nice Care Bear, and I would like to meet this Care Bear.
This is why 10 millimeters are important. This is why 10
millimeters are fun to shoot too.
Yeah, you shot the 10 mil. It's
yeah,
a
I
good
shot
one.
the 10 mil and all
She's
that
thick.
stuff.
She's thick. So, I do feel like bears are trapped sitting here waiting for 61 like it's some kind of sure bet. Really, me and DZ were talking about it, and, I could see a pullback to, say, 64, but we are right around the corner from the election. Like, if we got to pull back to 64, we're going to have to definitely back this truck up. 64, bringing us to about the top end of this little range right here, but a lot of bears are sitting here waiting for a washout down to 61,000, 60,000. I don't know if you guys are going to get it. Honestly, I really don't know if that is coming for you. We have been cooking up. I got to get this volume profile out of the way just for the moment here. Maybe I should turn this thing off too. Here, I'm going to delete this. What is this? Delete this.
What is this? Hell?
What is this? Hell? Reset chart view. Yeah, I mean, $60,000 going to be kind of tough to grab. These are daily candles, and really we got about until here till the election happens. And there's a reason why I feel this way. We're going to do some charting. Good morning. How are you doing, Brianna? I forgot to say hello. Very hectic this morning. Okay. Well, good to see you. You know what I mean? So let's go to the Bitcoin chart here. Now 2020, old man Drewski coming in, aging myself. We're zooming back to a time where things were much simpler, where Joe Biden was not our president. We had mean tweets and cheap gasoline. Let's see here. Let's just go to TradingView. So in November of 2020, let's go there. Let's zoom out. Why does it keep resetting on me? All right, here we go. This was the time frame of November of 2020. Now, keep in mind, economy reeling off of the COVID shutdown. Dude, I swear to God, if this thing resets on me one more time, I'm gonna huck this computer at the camera. Then the show will be over.
Or at me. Me would be worse.
Here is what a bad electoral result, large for what economists would say at the time, because the Trump economy was quite wonderful. We pumped, look at this. We pumped by fucking 20% on that day. We have to see this. I have to zoom in on this. I know this is kind of looking at the forest of the trees. I am just going to lose it on this Macintosh right now. So here's November 5th, right there. So we measure from the bottom of this bad boy. That brought us, look at a 10, maybe 11% day just right there. Look at how much bigger that price action is than anything we had seen really up until that point. The economy was doing great. Oh my God, that dog almost just knocked over. What is the dog doing?
I don't know.
No, you must stop him from me, Brianna. You must stop the dog. Look at this candle, you guys. We have to keep in mind, COVID was going on, economic shutdown, Joe Biden, out beyond all possibility, somehow took the presidential seat, and Bitcoin, regardless of that electoral result, pumped by 12.34%.
Hell yeah.
So now we fast forward to our current situation. We are sitting in a economy that is honestly killing the middle class. The lower class are being killed, and we have the potential of Kamala Harris. I'm not going to say it's impossible for Kamala Harris to get elected. I don't think it's impossible for Kamala Harris to be elected. But even if we just have Kamala elected, I feel like we could accomplish a 12% pump with Trump elected and all of the things that he was able to do for the economy. I am not going to be surprised to see this price move. Let's say we just chop. Let's say we just flatline here at 68.5 and just blue balled to hell. And we pump by, I'm thinking we're honestly capable of hitting 15 to 20% on the day. Pump us up to just under $80,000.
That would be beautiful.
This is the type of shit I'm telling people is coming. And because I do feel it, it's when we have the economic certainty of who the president is going to be. And, finally the political season, the political circus can come to an end. I really, really feel like this Trump/Harris election, regardless of where it's going to go, I think Harris gets elected, we see, 70K once again, yay. If we do see Trump return to office, we're looking at 15, maybe even 20% on this chart. A lot of people say you're biased because you're voting for Trump. No, I'm honestly just looking at how the economy's been going under a Biden regime and looking at how Bitcoin usually reacts to these elections. Oh my God, I'm going to lose it on this thing. Okay, so let's see. We go from 68. Let's see what a 20% would do to us. That would bust us above the 80K. Now, 80K is going to be a pretty tough psychological shelf to beat out, but I feel it's right around the corner. We got 11 days left. And these bears, they're trapped. They're sitting here waiting on another chance at the bottom end of this range. It's like they're betting on the world ending. And, you know, me, myself as a prepper, kind of sounds crazy to say, but I'm not thinking that even if a Harris election happens, it's the end of the world. Kelly Kellum, what the hell are you doing in here, man? Good to see you, dude. What is up, man? What is up? We got his micro. You're already good to go. What is up, dude? How you feeling about the markets today, man?
Dude, I'm feeling like things are just like getting to the freaking razor's edge, and so it's like,
you're feeling edged.
I'm very edged.
Yeah,
I never thought I'd be edging with you, Drew.
You know, there's no other place I'd rather be.
Goon
Kelly.
Squad, Edge Masters.
Oh man, if we were cheaters, it would be a sure thing. Yeah, that's for sure. Nicole Minnis. Now we're talking about the election. If we get to 80K, I'll buy you one wheel of your tank. All right, I'll take that. You know what? I'm really excited to see what kind of crypto armory we can really put together over this bull market. You know, like I'm here for it. There's a lot of things I need to get done too. I brought the things to hang up the Bitcoin stuff again. I brought the what else did I bring? I obviously brought my guns with me. There's something else that I was thinking about. My mind's escaping me. Oh yes, the 2-bit logo. We need to get the 2-bit logo. We have a cool like 3D 2-bit logo now. So let's go into the news about Bitcoin, altcoins. We actually have a new altcoin getting released by Kraken. That might actually be a big move. We know a lot of old school money moves around on Kraken.
A breaking news story came out about 4 minutes ago before I came down.
What's that?
They just passed a bipartisan bill in Pennsylvania, sweeping, swept the floor. Like 75% of the people voted, and they all voted for the right to self-custody in Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay. Good.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, kind of crazy that we have to vote for the right to do that. I don't even think that.
Hey, we're going to vote that you can own your money.
Yeah, that's a little weird. That's a little weird. Gives me 1776 vibes, but that's not new. You know, that is not new. And also, I was talking about it with DZ this morning, Michael Saylor having a backtrack on his self-custody warning and how, you know.
Well, here's the deal. I saw a couple of really good posts about that. He got dragged for tax fraud 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Because he made a comment. We've all heard the comment, the metaphor of like, you know, you could lose your Bitcoin, or you can lose your Bitcoin in a boating accident. It literally was one of those metaphors they basically took him to court for tax fraud. Mm-hmm. It's like, what are you talking about? And now he's pushing into actually trying to essentially build a Bitcoin institutional bank, right? A Bitcoin bank. That's what they're trying to do. So of course he's going to come out with speaking about, yes, everybody, it's okay to have, you know, custodians. You know, yeah. I think he's speaking more not to like you and me, like we should go and trust. No, it's like, hey, you know, if you have a multi-billion-dollar institution, or even have a couple $100 million or whatever, you're not going to be saying, okay, where's our cold storage device and how are we saving this? They're like, we need, for regulation and for clarity, and safety, we need to have a custodian to do it. So I think he was just speaking to that.
You know, and these are rights that this is a hot take, but these are rights we're talking about. They're pretty obvious, but if you're not willing to literally die over the right to control your own money, to control your own security with the Second Amendment, to be able to speak in a public square with the First Amendment, you don't fucking deserve the rights. And I hear a lot of people running away from America or building plans to run away from America because they say everything's just dead and we've been taken over by the CIA and feds are going to come take us all out of our house one by one because we're all just going to sit around and watch it happen. I make a differ.
Do you have any family from New Hampshire?
No. New Hampshire is like a city.
Well, I know, but their state motto is live free or die.
I know. That's, you know, if you lose that zest and you spread that loss of zest to your neighbors and all of the people around you watch your weakness and your willingness to just roll over for a government, you deserve to be taken advantage of. That is what's happening. And that's why I am so adamantly against it. There is extreme power to the people as long as you stay decentralized. Can't answer the door if I'm watching Netflix. Sorry, feds. Shout out to Sack Nasty. Hearing Iran's nuclear plant was just hit. That's bad news. Hold on here. Can you look around?
That happened like hours ago.
Hours ago?
Yeah, like before when I got to my computer at like
I've been busy in the charts.
7:30 this morning and it already
nuclear
happened.
plant. Let's see here. Fucking Iran. Unbelievable. All right, so it's burning in Iran. Video, large fire broke out at Iran nuclear power plant in Karaj, located west of the capital Tehran. According to initial information, the fire caused serious damage to one building. Okay, so it's a building that's on fire. In the past, drone strikes, yada, yada, yada. No details yet available. This could be just like an isolated... This is an isolated thing. I don't know. That looks kind of like an outbuilding because you have the reactors here. See, this, I mean, it could get bad. I just kind of doubt it. This sounds like just a scary headline. This sounds like a scary headline. Let's see if it affected the markets. Did it do anything? Well, nope. We still pumping. We still pumping. We out here. Bitcoin gives no Fs. It's so crazy to see, but it's true. This is the damn wick that shook me out of my trade. I was up by like 40% up here. My stop loss is set at 17% right there. Took the win. You know, seeing if I can ride it to Valhalla. That was my, and you know what, Isaac? He's like, take your profits.
Take your profits.
Never!
You could have got 40%, which is like, what, $300?
Yeah.
And then you took 17%.
Shit.
I
still got 150. Shit. I still got 150, and the feeling lasted longer, Isaac.
Okay. You're sick of my shit. I'm sick of your shit.
Oh, yes. You know what? I saw Owen. Owen's moving around his production equipment. He's got his trailer, his production trailer here, and he's filming things. He's like a movie maker or something now. Now this. Denmark, master of taxation, proposes unrealized gains on crypto. Danes, who owns cryptocurrency, would be taxed 42% of the value of the increase and decreases every year, regardless of whether they sold or not. If passed, this would start 2026 in January. Not fun for the people out there. Kind of takes away from the whole hype. I mean, if they do, I've seen a couple kind of counterpoints within NATO on how they're doing this. Obviously, Kamala and Biden, they floated the unrealized gains tax in America. Didn't work very well at all. But we also see this in the Italian Banking Association. Antonio Patuelli. Patuelli. Is that how you say the name? Nick would hate me right now.
Patuelli?
Patuelli. Okay. That was much smoother. Yeah. Did he just bite you?
Well, I've been messing with him. I deserve it.
Yeah, you do. You do deserve it. I understand that some people are protesting because they were used to a preference, but I ask myself, why should there be a preferential taxation on a form of uncontrolled liquidity being Bitcoin? And this is kind of a new thing for governments to have to deal with. It is an uncontrolled piece of value. It has immense upside that they can see. So they want to tax the living shit out of it. But also you have other sides of the equation saying it's an uncontrolled liquidity value within it. How in the hell can we set some form of taxation that's different than other forms of taxation, preferential tax, on uncontrolled liquidity? Shout out to Cali Crypto Dude. He wants a beg to differ emoji. I like that.
I like that too.
I like that. Maybe that's one of our taglines. I beg to differ. You know, that could be my political tagline because I'm going to try to run for government in Paulding. You're going to vote for me, Isaac.
Oh, of course.
You know,
why wouldn't I?
Demand your votes. I'll buy off your votes.
Not election fraud.
Now, I also saw Bobcat shouting us out for the love. Where is Bobcat at right now? We're just going to do quick. I'm going into Deck Screener very early because Isaac tweeted at him. Shout out Cali Crypto Dude, gifted the Membies too. What a G. Let's see her. Bobcat. Let's see. 131K, dude.
We're mooning.
What?
Someone better bring me my money.
It's not mooning, but it's not dead, and that's great. That is really great. I mean, these people are crazy. 131% gains on the day. Jeez Louise. That's a great look. I mean, just out of curiosity, I haven't looked at the chart in a bit. Where is Kulo at? These dudes were on here yesterday. Not dead either. What is going on with this? Did you see that?
Everything's trying to rug us.
It's trying to rug me. Where's Kulo? It's cool. This is a brand new project. We're going to be airdropping these tokens too. People are going to be getting these tokens, $100 worth of these tokens. So nice. Good looking out. We went into Dex Tools. It's not dead. And Joe Bags was still there. Now, an old wallet from 2011 just moved $10 million worth of Bitcoin, hodled all the way from $16 a coin to $67,000 a token. Absolute legend.
That's hodling.
This is psychosis.
Think about it. This person, if they were actually paying attention, ow! They're actually paying attention in any regard. They had to ride through that move up to 1,200, back to 100, up to 20,000, down to 3,000. The whole, that is hodling, or they were in a coma.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would say prison or a coma, more likely, because the average human emotion, they're going to definitely sell at a point. Like $16, and then you wake up, let's say a year later. I don't want to go all the way back in the charts, but if I woke up, I bought a bag at $16 and it's worth $1,000 a token a few years later, I'm selling that shit. I'm selling that shit hard. That's just me. That guy, balls of steel or in a cage of steel. Sorry about my dog biting you.
I do. I love dogs, so it's okay. It's part of the process. But yeah, think about it like an altcoin, right? Like if you held an altcoin that was Chainlink is a good example. I love Chainlink, but if I had a $12 Chainlink and it went to $900,
yeah, I'm sold.
Dude, there's quite a bit of profits being taken, if not all. And I'll be like, it's going to come back down and I'll get it again, or I'll just go off and live in the sunset.
That's kind of why I'm in crypto to make a lot of money and buy houses with the money and guns. So I'm not apologetic of that. Maybe this is interesting. Fade and TradFi. If you're holding that long, you're already mega rich. Now they're just insanely rich. I think they would have bought more Bitcoin for $16 a piece if they were mega rich.
I'd be curious. Does it show? Is there anywhere where it shows their address? It'd be interesting to pull up their wallet to see.
This just gave the hash ID, but we should. Maybe Arc of Intelligence will come out with a post about this.
Because I can't imagine they bought 10 Bitcoin back then because it would have been so cheap. I would imagine they have a hell of a lot more Bitcoin in that wallet.
Oh yeah. This is the old school whales. Now Tesla reveals none of their $73 million worth of Bitcoin was sold in Q3 2024. But when they did move around their Bitcoin to a new wallet, the markets were scared shitless. Did you remember that when we got the breaking news of Tesla
last week?
We lost like 4% in like an hour or something like that. It was just ridiculous. BlackRock breaking records. Now it manages a record $11.5 trillion. That's great. I'm sure that'll go unnoticed by Wall Street. BlackRock just breaking records on how much assets they oversee because they just hammered into Bitcoin ETFs. Probably means nothing. Probably not going to moon Bitcoin up to 150K plus, right? We are going to get so rich this.
And I think there's 41 ETFs globally. I was talking about it on BitLab today.
Yeah.
And there's $62 billion in assets under management, basically Bitcoin exposure.
Absolutely. That's a lot of money, dude. Yeah. But showing that they're going to be doubling those records, like I feel like Bitcoin's set to double.
Oh, for sure. And the projection, the expert projections for Bitcoin spot ETFs in the U.S., not globally, the U.S. was somewhere between $5 and $1 billion was going to flow into it, and $26 billion is in BlackRock alone.
Yeah.
So it's the appetite is there.
And speaking of BlackRock and billions of dollars flowing somewhere, here's Janet Yellen talking about the U.S. aiming to contribute $20 billion for Ukraine loans. Not American taxpayer money, but it's Russia's money. Let's check it out. Let's see how this is going to go.
We're very close to finalizing America's portion of this $50 billion loan package. And what I want to emphasize is that the source of financing for these loans, this is not the American taxpayer. What's happening here is that Russia is paying for this support, the $50 billion of support that we intend to go to.
God damn. She is sending $20 billion of Russia's money that was seized by America to their literal war adversary right now. They're fighting Ukraine on the ground. Meanwhile, we took $20 billion from him and we're going to send it to their adversaries. I'm sure. Do you think that that's going to calm down Putin any? He's going to be like, that's all right.
Everything that's happening right now, I worry, is not about escalation or de-escalation. I feel like it's all, I think it'll change with the different administration, but I feel like it's all a plan to bring super chaotic unrest.
It kind of feels that way, right? Like they're trying to pin the Republicans versus the Democrats. They're trying to pin NATO versus BRICS. They're trying to like create all of these angry factions versus each other to like cause the unrest. They've been talking
for the last 10 years about the plans and the need for depopulation. I'm like, how can you even, I mean, if you're going to say it, say it in a quiet, dark room somewhere. You're saying it on like Klaus Schwab, whatever his name is up there, is like, well, it blows my mind that everything is so out in the open and everybody's still so blind.
Dude, my dog is out for blood. Do you see this? He's got a shock collar on. It's not on right now. Maybe we should.
Turn it on right now.
Tesla stock now up 8% after reporting the Q3 2024 earnings. Surprise increase in net profit. Tesla announced that the Cybertruck has reached profitability for the first time ever. Margins came in above expectations, and the company reaffirmed their goal to see a cheaper Tesla model in 2025. Solid quarter for the leader in EVs. And you know what? Tesla, I don't want to see them fail. I think Elon Musk, pretty decent guy, might end up being the Antichrist after everyone's plugged into his system and he decides to turn your brains off. But you know what? If people are willing, like I'm never getting a brain chip ever. And I never will let a car drive me around autonomously. Ever. And I will never own a Tesla because I don't know how to fix them. I am a hard-headed, old-school person. But if people want to have the free will to go put themselves inside of a future death box, more power to you. Now, large Boeing satellite suddenly exploded into pieces as the company calls it a total loss. Boeing satellite belonging to multinational service provider Intelsat mysteriously broke apart in a geostationary orbit over the weekend, according to the official update, an anomaly.
I don't know what's going on with Boeing this last 5 years. I mean, it's just kind of like, what is going on with Boeing?
So they say it's an external force that made this happen, an anomaly. Aliens? China? Russia? Wonder what it would be. Known as the IS-33E to be destroyed, resulting in what the company calls a total loss. The exact cause of the breakup remains unclear. The Space Force announced that it is tracking 20 pieces of debris, but noted no immediate threat. The satellite, which weighed 15,000 pounds just about, was roughly the size of a minivan. What is this dog's dude? This is... You're being taken advantage of.
You're being fondled by a dog right now. How do you feel?
This is a doggy freak-off. My God.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, that dog. So I wonder what Boeing's stock is looking like right now. As you get fondled by my animal here, let's go to Market Watch. Let's check out Boeing. Why does it always pre-populate to Walmart? I can't wait to get rid of this. I mean, I could easily get rid of this computer and get a new one. Boeing down by 1.8% today. Really? I mean, nothing too horrible off of the news. I don't think it's funny how they can have a satellite get destroyed from an unknown source, and that affects their price less than DEI hires not putting doors on their airplanes correctly enough, and everyone realizing that they got rid of all the actual engineers for diversity. That affected their price more than satellites falling apart in the sky. That's a pretty incredible side note. Now this stock market concentration risks hit highest level in more than 90 years. What could go wrong? Is the market cap of the largest stock relative to the 75th percentile stock on the left axis. Here's 1932, right before the collapse, or right after, actually. I mean, kind of right during it. 2000 with the dot-com bubble. 2009 with the housing crisis. And here's 2020, things just more concentrated. And most of this concentration falling within NVIDIA. I'm not terrified of what NVIDIA will do to the markets yet, but should I see revenue come in lower than expectations for NVIDIA or some of its purchasers, providers, that's where I'd start to get real iffy about it. And honestly, I'm not writing that off. I'm just kind of thinking more it falls in line with like 2026. Let the bubble keep blowing up a little bit more and then let it fall on everything. Shout out to Meanless with the ooh-woo. Fade and Tradfi with the cuddle R word. I can't say the R word. I'll say most words, but I won't say the R word. You know what I mean? Diddy ruined it. Did he ruin the R word?
I mean, was it ever like, man, it had its heyday?
No. You know, that's a good point.
It's always been like that's, just never.
So here's this. Here's other things that probably shouldn't be said, but Kamala Harris said it, so we're going to play it.
Let's listen. So yesterday we learned Trump's former chief of staff, John Kelly, a retired four-star general, confirmed that while Donald Trump was president, he said he wanted generals like Adolf Hitler had. Donald Trump said that because he does not want a military that is loyal to the United States Constitution. He wants a military that is loyal to him.
So here we are with this ongoing narrative that Trump is literally Hitler, right? We have this. And now, doesn't this kind of incite a little bit of the hardcore Democrats into a more hardcore set of violence? Like, we've already seen a few attempts on Donald Trump's life pre-election. Now they're sitting here talking like this. It's just really, really weird that they keep pushing this.
There's evidence of all this. Go into your DMs, pull that up. There's evidence. And first off, I do want to say before you pull that up is the fact that they're talking, Tim Walz was talking about Trump activating the military.
Yeah.
And now she's talking about how he's going to be using the military. Meanwhile, they just sent a directive to the Pentagon for the military to be able to use lethal force on U.S. citizens on soil September 24th.
Yeah.
This is this administration, not the people that they're out there talking about.
Well, it's the perfect thing. You do what you're accusing the other side of doing.
But we have evidence of Trump being racist and Hitler.
Here's Kelly Kellum, at Kelly Kellum, found the truth. Democrat media has been pushing that Trump is like Hitler, Elon Musk. Would you believe it? Found proof of evidence. And over the last many decades, what are we to do?
Now click on that.
Oh, God.
You just scroll through a couple of them. It's hilarious.
Oh, my God. Menacing, staring menacingly at a black man. Here he is making a phone call to deport a woman with a foreign accent. Man, Fran, she was good.
Dude, there's some good ones. You're going to love it.
Oh, my God. Here he invades the Emmy Awards disguised as a farmer. Oh, my God. Narrowly avoids being eaten by a famous anti-fascist Michael Moore. We were just talking about Michael Moore this morning.
Yeah.
Incredible. Look at with a look of endearing love.
Yeah.
Trying to convince George Bush to invade Poland in Ohio. That's great. Wearing a polka dot tie, as fascists tend to do. He was a much thinner guy back in the day. Also attending a secret society meeting of brutal warriors.
That's when he was on the WWF. But there's one with Oprah.
My God.
And
Jimmy Fallon spreading fascist propaganda to the masses. Executed by firing squad later in that year for touching Hitler's hair. Look at that hairdo. My God, it's like a swooping falcon. Met with notorious assassin with ties to Russia and her husband. Jesus.
Assassin.
Oh, God. Infamously, fascist state media SNL provided Hitler a platform to spread his hate. Is this supposed to be the impersonator or Baron Trump? Is that supposed to be Baron?
I think it's impersonator.
Okay. Well, I mean, look at how he's very tall. And also hosting a series of television shows featuring live firing squads. So shout out to that. Thanks for sending me down that memory lane. He's like one of the biggest donors to black colleges, and they still call him racist.
He's got
all the time.
NAACP award. There's photos of him over the years and there's also he was never called a racist until he started running against the Democratic Party.
Mm-hmm.
He was photos with him and Al Sharpton and Nelson Mandela and Mike Tyson and who's the guy that did Don King.
Don King was the hairdo incredible.
Yeah.
That was like peak America. When Don King was on TV representing Mike Tyson, I feel like that's when we peaked. I really do. Here's other stories that the media refuses to cover. Dutch court orders Bill Gates to stand trial over the C-19 vaccines. That's great. Good to see him being held accountable to a degree, at least in a different country. There he is, shilling his little death product. We also have early voting data reveals an election bombshell. Trump is set to become the next president of the U.S. Early voting data revealing. The stunning revelation comes from veteran political journalist Mark Halperin, and I've seen a lot of pretty good takes from this guy over the years in elections. Pretty good source. CNN panel erupts as Scott Jennings dares to bring up Doug Emhoff's domestic violence scandal. That's just more of the CNN cabal and their internal beatings.
But
garbage.
with CNN, I'm noticing it. CNN and MSNBC. There's been a notable shift where it was all completely slamming Donald Trump to in the last 2 weeks. I think they're realizing that this is getting more one-sided than not towards Trump.
It's too big to rig.
That they're starting to hedge themselves where they're actually calling out the issues, like even on the CNN, was it MSNBC or CNN town hall she did? They're like, it was a debate with herself. You know, they were basically showing the different, you know, Anderson Cooper was holding her feet to the fire and she just couldn't answer the same positions that she made 3 years ago. And he's like, well, where are you now? She couldn't stand up to herself.
Yeah. Well, and I was listening to the clip before I came in here, and Anderson's like, so you think that the border wall is stupid, right? And she's like, well, how Trump did it was stupid. And he's like, but you're continuing the wall. Because we do it so much better. It's like if Trump was doing it, no matter what he was doing, the Democrats just hated it because they're blinded by that hatred. But if they do it their way, building the same wall, that's where everything seems to be okay for them. Also, New York Supreme Court is reinstating all employees for being fired for being unvaccinated and ordering back pay. A little bit of told you so coming there. Tulsi Gabbard also joining the Republican Party in an official form. Love to see it. Here's Kamala Harris looking like she's high on cocaine.
Oh, the thing about this, I always wanted to go to Howard, and I went to Howard. And actually, it was in February of 2004. Olives with cream cheese on dark rye.
This woman is clearly on drugs.
That was her bag with coke.
Maybe if she wins the presidency, maybe that's bullish for Bump token. Maybe we could see a Bump CTO.
Well, I was
actually
hoping
happen.
when this came out, I went and looked. I was like, did Bump have a little bump?
No, it didn't. Bump needs a full community takeover. I think I haven't looked at the chart in forever. I still hold every single fucking token though, and it's like $500 I'll never see again.
I cannot confirm or deny that I participated in that debauchery. I may or may not. I cannot deny or confirm that I have 500,000 bag with coke.
Well, it's like it's something that you can't really sell until it hits multi-millions market cap. If it gets there, great. If it doesn't, I'm not going to be one of those assholes that's just dumping on community. You know what I mean?
Never.
And I'm doing the same thing with that Kulo token. I'm not going to buy any of it until the people have enough time to hammer into it.
It's the people's Kulo.
It's the people's Kulo, the people's ass face, the Pulo. I like that. Now we have more stuff. Honestly, the time is flying here. Jesus. Musk highlighting U.S. study on puberty blockers goes unpublished because of politics. Leader of the long-running study said that the drugs did not improve mental health in children with gender distress, and that the finding might be weaponized by opponents of the care. It's almost like this. This is J.K. Rowling too. We must not publish a study that says we're harming children, because people who say that we're harming children will use the study as evidence that we're harming the children, which might affect and make it difficult for us to continue harming the children. My God, whatever will you do? I saw this from Native Patriot, like to the Biden DOJ reportedly warning Elon Musk that $1 million prize for registered voters might be illegal.
Off.
Yeah.
You know why?
Because
the petition is, do you stand up? Do you agree with freedom of speech? And the other thing is the Second Amendment, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, do you agree with the Constitution is what they're saying. This is potential election fraud.
Yeah.
How?
Yeah.
How?
Yeah.
How? You're asking people if they agree with the Constitution. Is that now a Republican thing only, to agree with the Constitution?
No, they're fine with Bill Gates funding billions of dollars for their campaign. But apparently if Elon Musk gets involved, another big bag of money, that's a no-no. British people are so weird. I have this clip of them. These are two British dudes finding out about ribs. We're going to watch it. I have to watch this.
Whoa. I know you're from where you're from.
We're foreign. What we don't know what we're doing.
Stop with the knives.
No, you don't need a knife?
No, you pull it apart with your hand. And listen, hold up. And you take your fingers and you lift that up and you eat it.
Okay.
Not with a fork.
Okay. Absolutely. Okay. Sorry.
Enjoy holding your food and eating it like that.
I love eating with hands. Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Okay. No.
I'm sorry I let it get that far.
No. Our mistake. Our
Yeah.
mistake completely. We're not used to meat being soft enough to just rip it apart without a knife. Okay. I mean, that's not normal. Mate, cheers. Cheers.
They touch tips too. Like, what in the hell is going on? Why would you touch ribs together? Is this like a British thing? I don't understand it.
Cheersing. I've cheersed a rib with like
You've
my dad.
cheersed a rib before?
Yeah, hell yeah.
This is chaos.
Yeah,
this
man.
is absolute chaos.
I've never pulled out a fork and knife and tried to be like, I've never had meat so tender.
Well, they're just not they're not used to nice things, but just the look on his face, the excitement. I am a fan of ribs. Kelly, can we do a barbecue sometime where we make ribs?
Dude,
because you make some good ribs.
Dude, let's do it.
You know?
Ribs and shooting.
Yeah, ribs and shooting. When we have we got to go to you know what? We're probably just going to end up having to go to TJ's land in northern Georgia because I want to use explosives. And I'm waiting to get the go ahead on this range that's closer here. They're acting a little weird, like they might be concerned about it. So I might have to move on and go further out. This just a moment from Nick, who's out there heading up to bring the goods you guys have donated to North Carolina. He had a comment on this. Unusual whales. America's men in their 20s and 30s are floundering, especially in a comparison with women of the same age. Nick's response: American men must reject modernity and embrace tradition. This is the whole concept. Early on in this show, I was like, traditionalism is the new punk rock. People are responding to this. Look at this. 516 likes, bunch of reposts. I bookmarked it so I could re-find it here. And we got to click on Nick's account here because he is floating out there. He's heading up to Georgia, and he just gave a good shout out to the Basement family here and all the stuff you guys are making possible. I really appreciate it, you guys. Here's Nick today.
All right, we've got a lot of stuff heading up to the mountains of North Carolina, and we are full. We are very, very full. We have so much stuff. We've got like 6 solar chargers. We've got a lot of charcoal. We've got jackets, we've got socks, we've got baby formula, we've got baby bottles, we've got car seats, we've got some medicine. There's just so much stuff. Most of it was given by y'all. So yeah, it is. We are loaded for bear. I've got some camping gear in there. I'm probably going to be sleeping in my car.
Love to see it. Love to see it. We got a comment from Alden. Isaac is pointing to here. Let's see. Hey, Drew, Kelly. I have been having a lot of trouble with the tap feature on my Arculus wallet. Alden, send me a message
with your seed phrase.
Not with your seed phrase, for the love of God. Don't send me your seed phrase. Just send me a message, a reminder on Twitter at Druth Crypto, and then we could run that question up to their internal help team. I bet you. You know what I mean? We can get an answer for that. Because if something's wrong with the card, we need to find that out. That's the first I've heard of someone having that issue, but we got close connects to them. So send me a message, remind me, and we'll get that message directly to them. But shout out to you guys for donating all those goods on the Amazon link for Nick, man. You guys are really, really awesome. Other stuff in the altcoin sector, we are going to run a little bit, okay? I'm going to be doing some things. Ethereum Bitcoin chart hit its lowest level since April of 2021. This is absolutely crazy to see. Ethereum losing a lot of ground against Bitcoin. When will the pain resurge? You know, I've talked about the Bitcoin dominance being historically near falling off a cliff in the November, early December timeframe. And I still largely feel that way, but I am having to keep in mind, I've talked to a lot of people that are on the inside scoop of Wall Street and hedge fund managers. Some of them work with us in the Discord. We got Hobus in there. And the conversation is that now we have a Bitcoin ETF. We may see Bitcoin dominance hold on higher for longer into the first few months of 2025, which honestly I don't hate because it gives me more time to stack good alts. But something to keep in mind, should we see Bitcoin dominance still continue to remain rock solid into 2025?
There's another thing about that we have to pay attention to.
What's
too.
that?
And I don't know how this just came to my awareness the other day. You know what FASB rules are?
Mm-hmm.
Fair value accounting.
Mm-hmm.
Those are going into effect, I believe, the first week of December. So now that's going to open up outside the ETF. That's going to open up the option. I mean, the option's there. It's just going to be actually feasible for corporations and institutions to buy Bitcoin and not have the issue of, if it ever drops, you have to declare losses, even though you might be up on your profits, which is how it has been up until when this rule changes. So it'll be a lot more not interesting. Inviting for corporations to put Bitcoin on their balance sheets because they don't have to declare a loss, even though there might be up 100% in profit. Because if you ever go down, say you buy today, the price goes down 5% tomorrow, and then the day after that you're up, and at the end of the year you're up. If it ever went down below your purchase price, you have to list a loss on your balance sheet, which is why corporations haven't been holding Bitcoin. So there is an instance where we could see a pretty big impulse of well, it'll be interesting to see what corporations do with holding. But it's also December. Remember, at the end of the year, there is some sort of accounting rebalancing that happens at the end of the year that could cause, even if we have bullish November and December, we may get a little bit of a pullback towards coming into the very end of the year for tax purposes as people close out the books for the year.
Yeah. I mean, this is important shit to keep in mind. I'm glad that you reminded me of that, because that's a huge change.
16 billion, December 7th.
Oh, what do we get here? U.S. government just pulled $5 million out of Aave. First activity in this address in 8 months. This just broke 2 minutes ago from Arkham. Let's check out Aave's price chart. Let's see here. We got to swim around some altcoins. We do have a new layer 2 getting announced. Let's go to Aave, see what's going on with it. Bam. So only down by 0.2% right now. Big movement out of the wallets there. Interesting. Altcoins have been, honestly, some of the good ones have been holding on. Here's the top blockchains by commits and development activity. Got to keep in mind a degree of this can be gamed, but let's take a look at what we're seeing here.
Surprised to see scale so high.
I know. You got Scroll, Scale, Polkadot, Base up here, Ethereum, Polygon, Arbitrum, Atom, BNB, and Solana. I'm actually kind of surprised that they're showing Solana is so low in comparison to the other ones, because really I've seen the juice of the price action and the excitedness on Solana, Base, and Ethereum. Like the Ethereum one makes sense to me, but just interesting to keep a note on the development activity. Here's the CEO of Swift talking about how bullish he is on Chainlink, talking about actually using Chainlink. It's a little bit long, so I'm just going to repost this here because I don't really need to sit here and listen to this banking guy. It's kind of crazy that people were in the comments of this post. He's not the CEO. He literally is the CEO of Swift, talking about Chainlink. Open your eyes. Now we have this. Kraken FX, Kraken Exchange, launching an Ethereum Layer 2 project. Is going to be called Inc. So let's go into this. Let's go to the actual write-up here. It's going to be running on OP, Superstack, Success, enjoy it on Base, yada yada. Disclosure. Okay, here it is. So announced this Thursday, it's launching its own Layer 2 network atop Ethereum blockchain. Based on technology borrowed from Optimism, the same provider that powers the rival Coinbase Layer 2 network Base. Disclosure came nearly a year after CoinDesk broke the news that Kraken was considering its own Layer 2 network, following a runaway success enjoyed by Base after a launch in mid-23. Inc., as Kraken's new network is known, is built on the OP stack, a customizable toolkit that lets developers create their own blockchains using Optimism's technology. Network is expected to go live early 2025. Optimism has seen significant success recently, with major crypto firms and even non-crypto firms opting to use its blockchain as a blueprint for their own networks. Now, price-wise, where is OP? Because I can just see OP is being utilized by quite a few different setups, Layer 2s. It seemed to be a pretty powerful technology being levered. Pretty viable, honestly, right now. OP, I've made money off of this before. I made like a 2x, a 3x, but this looks pretty fucking juicy to me. You got higher lows on here. It's being instituted now with Kraken. It's already being utilized by Base. $2 billion market cap. Let's check out the market cap comparison. Got some issuance going on there. Total supply sitting at 4.2 billion. Circulating supply only 1.26 out. So we'll probably see some unlocks going on into 2025's bull market with this token. With the adoption that it is seeing, though, I'm feeling like $10 billion market cap is a very, like, an undersell on its potential, this bull market. More so, I could see this thing capable of 10xing its market cap. It's really just a matter of how many of these circulating supply tokens increase by the time the getting gets good. next year in 2025. So we're going to be watching the Ink blockchain and that rollout. Binance also launched Solana meme coin GOAT perpetual contracts today. This fucking satanic AI large language model token thing is just absolutely going parabolic. Where the hell is this thing at right now? Got near, I think it was at 800 million this morning. Yeah, it peaked its head at about 860 million and currently sitting at 776 mil. So this is crazy. Hopefully we don't give this meme coin enough money to destroy humanity, but that's up to people to decide if that does happen. Now this is a quick shout out on this rug. This is Shar, and it was a Solana-based self-described meme coin nuked over 90% in 2 seconds. So this is what holders of Shar meme token experienced, and this is why I never like putting any more than a fraction of a percent into meme coins.
Is that one seller that just dropped a huge bag?
Yes, it is.
Rug central right there.
Yeah, absolute death and destruction right there. So you got to be careful when you're playing around with meme coins. Minimize the risk. Yes, there's upside to be had, but you have to go into it with a level head. Don't be putting your entire bag or even a big chunk of, I personally, I can't talk about what you do, but I approach these things with a fraction of a percent, maybe 25 base points at most. Okay, so I'm not going after these meme coins with a huge chunk of my portfolio because there does stand that risk. And most of the meme coins that we're looking at these days, come 2026, they'll be at zero. So please, for the love of God, don't get married to any of these meme coins. Bitcoin, let's check out if I can slap any trades on while we're live. 5-minute RSI still flatlining. 15-minute, let's check it out. Flatline on the 15-minute already. I'm not feeling good about this. Flatline on the 1 hour. Jesus. Like the 4 hour looks like it wants to keep cooking. Probably what I'll have to wait for is a little washout a little bit lower and try to get an entry point in this range. If I am going to move into another trade. So I'm basically just going to set it here and see if I can get that moment of washout to punch in another long. Had fun so far on the day. Definitely up 16% on my trading bag today. So it feels good, but I have to be patient. I have to wait for the pullbacks. And you know what? You guys are fucking awesome. Everyone in the chat. Alden, make sure you send me a message on that, on your issue with your Arculus card, and I will get that absolutely over to him. Grouper coming in with the 5 gifted memberships. You absolute savage. Absolutely love to see it. Mads and Leezy, give me my money. I wonder, I got to check who the winner is, because some people, 5 people are getting money. Straight up money. I don't own any Kulo. Got paid nothing to bring those guys on, but they're building kind of an interesting project. So after you guys have your gettings, I might get a little bag of that myself. Shout out to Finn1510 getting the membership. Ellie8, Josh, Gisbird B, Jonathan, Zocor. Thank you, Groper, for dropping that memberships for everyone out there. And you know what? Be a pillar of strength for your community. Be the person that you want people to be looking up to. Take care of your family, your legacy. There is more to life than these charts and the upside for what we're doing here in crypto. Make sure that you are looking at your legacy, your friends, your family, your loved ones, more so than your bags. I absolutely think that this community is more important than my own bags. And I thank you all for helping me build this channel to where it's at. What are we at? We're at like 63.3. So we got another 100 subscribers overnight. Shout out to you guys. Thank you for hammering into the show. Thank you for sharing the link. Hit the like on the way out. Chest, shoulders, back. It's leg day today. I'm going to do legs. I'm going to do legs, and then I'm going to hit the bag. So I'm going to do both. Kelly, thanks for surprising me, joining me on the show, man. It was really good having you. Sorry about the dog biting you, getting weird on you.
Just little love nudges, whatever.
Little love nudge. Isaac?
Sir,
though you were late.
Though I was late.
You came through in the clutch for me, buddy.
Always do.
You came through in the clutch. He was the one that was calling me. He's like, Drew, get down here. You're late. It's like, I know, Isaac. I know. And it's not often that I'm late, but when I do, because I'm talking to TJ. Until tomorrow, I love and appreciate all you, and I will see you very soon. Take care.